What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we went through another Laguna Dream sequence, and now we're coming to in the forest on our way to Galbadian Garden in the wake of a failed mission to kidnap the Galbadian president, Binzer Delling. So this is the first time Quistis has had this shared recurring dream with the rest of the group. The others have had it twice now, Selphie, Squall, and Zell, although Rinoa seems to be strangely unaffected. And once again, they're gonna do the really odd thing of just electing to completely ignore this issue where they pass out places and share a recurring dream about a mystery man. That is a nice little introduction to Galbadian Garden. Does a really good job of establishing that this is a completely different place from Balamb. It's a very stark difference. And I believe in the center of that column of light is a draw point. Also, apologies in advance if I am sounding a little bit nasally or a little off. I think I'm in the beginning stages of coming down with a cold. Yeah, it is pretty different. Although it's weird to say that in front of one of the most architecturally similar things here. So Quistis knows the headmaster of Galbadian Garden pretty well, so she's gonna act as an envoy here. She's gonna take over and go talk to him. The mission here, or the goal here, is just to kind of... there's that haste draw point I was looking for. The goal is to get Balamb Garden out of Galbadia's crosshairs, basically, to avoid culpability for that whole incident back in Timber at the TV station. Quistis is going to try to convince the headmaster that Seifer was acting as a rogue independent party. Even though she was, I believe, caught on camera with him? That's kind of odd. So, we're just heading up here to the reception room, and we're gonna wait around until we find out word from on high, what kind of action is gonna be taken against Balamb Garden, if any, along with the rest of Seed. And that was an awfully quick meeting she had. Yeah, how did it go? They understand our situation? Good, good, good. And Balamb is safe. Yeah, it was classified as an independent action, for which they have thrown Seifer under the bus, and somehow Quistis gets out of that scot-free. Odd. So, you might have missed it because I scrolled through that a little bit faster than a couple of the other text boxes, but he was not only tried, but the sentence was also carried out according to Quistis, though she doesn't specify he was executed. And yeah, not much consolation coming from her. Rinoa is pretty devastated. She seemed pretty attached to Seifer. I have no good memories of him coming from Quistis. Wow. I have no good memories of him, but he was a good guy. Just by talking to him, I felt like I could take on the world. Man, I forgot about this part of the subplot between Rinoa and Seifer. I completely blocked this out. I was 6. Oh god, I keep forgetting how young they are. Last summer she was 16. Jesus Christ. Japanese 16 is like Western 20. Just like women's shoe sizes. Yeah, he wasn't really a bad guy. Everything we've seen from Seifer thus far just paints him as kind of cocky and a little bit confrontational, but otherwise not a bad person. Not that bad. Headstrong, but not bad. I won't have it! Love this outburst. Especially because I think this next lot. Are you getting mad? Not having anyone talk about me in the past tense. Fuck the past tense. Shittiest tense. Squall's a simple present tense, man. Not gonna have anyone talking about me in the past tense. Oh, hey, it's Fujin. I think that's Fujin and the other one's Raijin. I always get them mixed up. Raijin, damn it. No, Fujin is the one who only speaks in one word. Shouts, exclamations. Alright, Headmaster Sid is here to deliver a new mission. The details of a new mission, that is. Explain! Explain! Oh. My voice is a little too shot to do the Dalek voice. Seifer? They have not heard word about Seifer yet. Again, though, they have kept Seifer's fate a little bit ambiguous. They didn't specifically mention he was executed. Why in the hell is it that Fujin can only speak in one-word outbursts? That's such an odd detail. Oh, I can barely read that. Assemble in front of the gate. Alright, let's see what our new orders are. So wait, where's everyone else? I guess they're a little bit further. There they are. Alright, so we have most of our party for the game here, and we're about to be introduced to our 6th party member. Right, I think I have to talk to Renoa. Yep. So, we'll just pretend Renoa is a member of Seed. And here comes the headmaster of the garden. This is a nice little detail. Renoa having to look over and be out of step with the rest of them saluting. I like that. So they have decided to assist the garden. And we have a critical mission on our hands now. So yeah, we all know about the sorceress Adia being appointed as ambassador. We all know it's a cover-up. The people will fear her, so peace talks will be impossible. And she's planning to use Galbadian Garden as her base, as Galbadia makes a bid for some sort of world domination. Lots of doom and gloom. So we've received our new orders. We don't quite know what they are yet, but he's about to explain that the orders call for a sharpshooter. And since we have no one like that with us, let's meet our final party member, Irvine. Man, I really like Irvine. Cool, smooth sharpshooter. He's also our last permanent party member of the game. Which is crazy because we are not even really 1/4 of the way through the game yet. And we've already met our final party member. So Irvine originally had these big, stupid-looking goggles, and Tetsuya Nomura gave him the goggles so that he wouldn't outshine Squall and be more handsome than our amazing main character, but they scrapped that when they switched him over to the Texan cowboy motif. Yeah, so Squall is going over the plan. The mission is to assassinate Sorceress Adia in Daling City. And we're heading over there to meet up with General Caraway. So the idea is Irvine is going to, with our support, get in position during a parade, assassinate the sorceress, and if he fails to do so, we're there as backup. Also, no, Irvine, your party was no good. That's no good. Every year, some ignorant child climbs into a tumble dryer, and that's no good. So this party will work out much, much, much better. And luckily, oh boy, is that overworld hideous. The train to Daling City is right here. Stop by the usual. Oh, that's someone else chatting about something unrelated. Lots of train riding in Disc 1 I forgot about. Oh, look at that. Squall's learning his lesson. Selfie might throw a fit if I go in first, though. Where is Selfie? And Quistis? And Irvine? Is it a timed event for them to get on the goddamn train? Oh no, I just had to try to leave the train first before they would come in. Yeah, I did catch on, Selfie. Selfie's, lighthearted and free-spirited as usual. Just a little bit goofy and ditzy. I do like almost all of the characters in FF8, though, minus Squall. Like, Irvine I probably like most of all, but Selfie, Zell, and Renoa and Quistis, not bad either. And Seifer, I really like Seifer. So, immediately escalate to Irvine hitting on everyone. Selfie the first, though. Plenty of other fish in the sea. Goddamn, Irvine just reminds me of Pepe Le Pew here. The Texan Pepe Le Pew. Wouldn't let me move for a second. Okay. And it immediately jumps right to Renoa. Just hitting on everyone. Quistis, always being the voice of reason, though, tells him to cut that shit out. Okay. Pour our whole being into a single bullet, and sharpshooters are loners by nature. What's that I see in Squall's eyes? Is that an ability to relate to another human being? Oh yeah, I know a lot about being a loner. Oh, Irvine. And Zell punches the floor so hard it shakes the whole train. Nice. I kind of wish Irvine was the main character. Or Laguna. Because Irvine can pull that brooding loner thing off without coming off as a complete little shit. Like, he can remain likable while still being... Squall, I just want to punch. That is also the wrong way. That is... No, I'm sorry. I can't read. That's me being an idiot. The one that's clearly labeled out. Did not notice the escalators. Whoops. I'll just blame it on the head cold. Alright, so we are back in Daling City once again. Got the bat signal up in the sky. Signaling... God, what is that? Anyway, we are off to General Caraway's mansion, which I believe is over here to the left. Ooh, I hope I can navigate Daling City better this time than when I came here as Laguna. 17 years in the past. Alright, this would be the front of his mansion, but the guarding it can't let us in. He is gonna have to test us. So yes, we've come all this way just to have some guard tell us that he's gonna need us to bring him back something from the Tomb of the Unknown King. It's gonna be an ID number etched into a weapon almost at the beginning of the tomb. And there we have a map. If you hit triangle while you're looking at the map, it transports you to the beginning of the dungeon. And you also drop down a seed rank, not that it matters that much. If you ask him to accompany you to the front of town, to the exit of town rather, it just saves you a little bit of time. Whoops, didn't mean to go back in. It just teleports you there. Oh, what do we have? Please, new enemy. No, not even a new enemy. As part of the main quest, I hate this area. It's got some fun side stuff to do, but it's just, such busy work coming out here. And it's all the way to the north up there. Another one? God damn, I went like 4 steps! We're inching closer. Oh, I'm getting like 3 or 4 random encounters more at least before I make it there. No, maybe not. Ah, there we go. Oh, come on! I only made it like 3 steps! Come on! The least they could do is show me some new enemies. Ah, I thought I was gonna make it like 5 random encounters and not a single new enemy type to show off. Just gonna wind up cutting all of those out. Float! So they're yelling a pretty huge hint at you, which is the magic ability float is gonna be pretty important in here. Not for us, but it plays a significant role if you're doing this the normal, non-broken way. So the layout of this place can be a little bit confusing to navigate. And that, right at the very beginning of the dungeon, is the ID number you need on that sword. It's 60. We could just turn around now, but there's some cool optional stuff to do in here. Like I was saying, the layout of this place can be confusing, because if you look at the map, it's basically 2 perpendicular rectangles overlaid on a cross. Which means there's a lot of circuitous, angular pathways and forks, which makes it kind of hard to navigate unless you know a very simple trick, which is to always turn right. Always turn right. Always, always, always. This is not the last time we're going to be seeing... Oh, wow. It didn't even make it to Squall. didn't even need Squall to get involved in that. Not the last time we're going to be seeing him, though. There is an optional guardian... Well, they're all optional after Ifrit. There is a guardian force you can pick up in the Tomb of the Unknown King. And I think there's something... Oh, no, I guess not. I thought there was something you could interact with. Man, this place looks great. Again, always turn right. No matter what your orientation is, you're always turning right at the forks. Right again. This place looks so good. Visually, this game holds up really, really well. I mean, pre-rendered backgrounds always tend to hold up pretty well. These Blobra enemies should look pretty familiar if you played any other Final Fantasy game. Their resistance to physical damage makes physical attacks mostly pretty worthless, except if you have 100 triples junction to strength at this point in the game. They're also unique in that their elemental weaknesses... I love this attack, it's so good, dopey. She fires her dog off her wrist. Their elemental weakness depends on their level, and of course their level scales with yours. So at this level range, like 11 to 19, they should be weak to lightning and fire and one other that I can't remember. So we're turning right again. Always turn right, and you will hit up all of the things that you need to get to in this dungeon, and you'll get to them in the correct order too. So, float again coming up in this dungeon. They give you a float draw point for a reason. They have the students scream the word float out in a really obvious hint for a reason. It's because float actually comes in handy against the boss. For one, you noticed that the boss was healing, that Sacred was regenerating health last time. That's because he is Earth Elemental. He's so he regenerates his HP while he has his foot on the ground. So if you cast Float on him, he cannot heal. Oh, I didn't realize this Cura draw point was here. That's kind of pointless, though. We have one more thing to interact with over here, and then we can move on, continuing to turn right, and then we will hit up the second and final boss fight of the Tomb of the Unknown King. And it's called that because this is the tomb of the last Emperor of Dalet, and there's some kind of superstition regarding reciting the name of a dead king or something. That is the one situation where I didn't want to continue turning right, but since I did keep turning right, it led me right back to the entrance, and from the entrance, the place where you want to go is a straight line forward. And we have a couple more blobs to deal with. I think I'm just gonna run from these. Yeah. Not particularly dangerous, especially for me at this point. There's nothing that's gonna put me in any kind of danger for a very, very long time. If at all. Not sure if there's anything left in the game that can pose a threat at this point with the way things are going. Okay, so Sacred is back, and he's gonna get his big brother involved. And his big brother is much smaller than him. His big brother's name is Minotaur. And you might notice one of their gimmicks is that aside from the big brother being smaller, the big brother also talks in only lowercase letters, and the big brother only talks in uppercase letters. And that thing I told you about casting Float on Sacred to stop his regeneration, the same thing applies to his older brother Minotaur. The symbols on their shields mean younger and older brother. And let's see. These two bosses also showed up in Final Fantasy V. And I have heard they show up in the first MMO, but I haven't really played that. So I think you can also cast Float on your party, and that stops you from taking damage from their special team-up attack. But the brothers are defeated in just a couple of hits. So, with the brothers defeated, they join your party as a new Guardian Force. Just a single Guardian Force, the brothers GF. And they're a pretty fun summon. And this would be the last Emperor of Dalet, the Unknown King. Sacred and Minotaur are also really good to draw from if you want to stock up on life, but it's not really necessary. And that is it for the Tomb of the Unknown King. We got what we came here for, which was, again, number 60 off of the Student's Sword, which we can bring back to the General's Mansion in Delling City, and we got a little bit more than what we came here for. We wound up picking up a new Guardian Force. So for now, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.